Hey y'all, what's good? It is your girl Denali from All Stars 10 and get your fix at page 6.
Hi, I'm Jason.
I'm Brian.
And welcome back to Workroom Weekly, All Stars 10, episode 8.
Yeehaw!
We're right in the thick of our purple bracket. I'm excited.
Things are finally getting good. You know, I think last episode was a little bit of a snooze. It was emotional. I love the Wicked Girls.
Yeah.
But this episode was way more fun. I think the challenge really delivered.
Yes.
And we're really seeing the queens shine.
There is so much to talk about in this episode. Like you said, I was a little sleepy last episode. I mean, these girls are just nice. And I think coming out of the pink bracket, it's hard to follow. So we were off to a slow start, I think, but we really picked up this time around.
Right. They started to divvy up the MVQ points, and it was just sort of obvious.
Boring.
You're going to give it to your partner.
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah.
I was hoping for a little drama, but I think we're going to get that next week.
So that left Ginger with 3, Daya with 2, and everyone else with 1 participation point going into the next challenge.
We're back to bracket 1 with the participation ribbons.
Literally was rolling my eyes. I was having deja vu to the beginning of this season. But we went into this mini challenge. We had a mini challenge this episode, which was fun. In celebration of the 30th anniversary of Clueless, the girls had to do a Cher Horowitz-inspired photo shoot.
I love it. This is the most yellow plaid I've seen on television in 30 years.
Yes. No, it was actually really good. The girls had to get into quick drag. And actually, some of them looked good. I don't know if you saw, but like Ginger looked passable. Denali looked great.
I was about to say, Denali, if this is what she looks like 20 minutes of quick drag, like maybe she could cut some corners.
Exactly. Yeah. Daya was out there in a look that she could absolutely wear on a stage. Definitely fit her aesthetic. She was eating lipstick. I mean, all the girls were going full crazy. Also, Cynthia was just being herself in just yellow plaid, which it was fun. I think it was all just like a great time.
This made me want to, of course, watch Clueless for the 1 millionth time, which is, of course, streaming on Paramount Plus. No coincidence there.
No.
And Denali wins the mini challenge.
Yes, she finally gets her flowers, and I think she turned it out, which is really good. So it had her, I think, riding high going into this maxi challenge.
Absolutely.
Which for this week, we had the Hoedown Throwdown at the brand new drag festival, Stage Cooch. You and I are dressed for the occasion.
We couldn't resist.
Come on, we're in our best Western wear.
Our silver snaps.
Yes, come on, clock the buttons, clock it. But yeah, so the girls are divided into 2 groups where they're going to write and record verses, and they're also going to stage their performances to the songs known as Key Your Car and Trailer Hitch.
And Key Your Car is basically if you asked ChatGPT to come up with a Carrie Underwood song.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We knew where they were going with
Yes.
this. And I think there were a couple girls to watch going into this. I didn't know that Ginger had a country album.
Double Wide Diva, news to me.
Yeah, triple platinum. Didn't know. Again, not on my Spotify Wrapped, but glad that she's out there making her music. And Denali and Daya won their girl group challenges back in their season. So I think those were the top 3 to maybe look out for going into it.
And you had mentioned that Denali's catchphrase from her girl group challenge was iconic, and that's basically her, go-to catchphrase there.
We played it already, but let's run it back.
I'm icy, spicy for you, I'm too pricey.
Still icy, still spicy, and prices are even higher.
Icy and spicy.
Icy, spicy prices are even higher, mama. So the girls went into the recording studio with none other Daddy himself, Orville Peck.
Oh my gosh, they screamed. You could feel the temperature rise in the room.
Literally, I would have turned that corner and started barking. Like, that man is just impeccable, and all the girls were gagging.
Jason, I'm a Peckerhead. I've seen him in concert 4 times.
Okay.
Over the years.
Clock
and I
it.
also saw him, as the MC in Cabaret on Broadway.
I told you I was going to go see it. He actually had a throat injury this past weekend, so I'll see him eventually. But yes, I saw him open for Harry Styles.
A throat injury?
Apparently. Happy Pride, I guess. I don't know. But yes, so we had Orville giving the girls a little bit of tips and tricks on how to record their verses.
He had such good notes for them, about like growling at the end of verses to make it a little more countrified, but the girls were so distracted by him and were basically all hitting on him. They got like pretty horny up in the rehearsal room.
Yeah.
I mean, Cynthia called him a piece of pie.
Yum.
Which something's lost in translation. Denali was so distracted. Acid Betty even just had to drop and called him gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Not Orville. He called straight up gorgeous. And then Alyssa, of course, was like, do you have a boyfriend?
You have a boyfriend?
I have a boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah, just kidding. But I'm gonna try to focus on me because I'm shaking right now. You're so sexy.
No thinned,
No veil.
No. She was, like I said, really getting to the bottom of it, which I
How can
loved.
you not? I mean, Orville Peck is just so hot, with or without the mask.
Yes. I was going to say, if people haven't seen his paper mag cover, I think people like to say that Kim broke the internet with her paper mag cover. Mama, let's show Orville's because absolutely. I'll put it on my wall. I'll put it on a shirt. I'll be buried with it. It's gorgeous. It's art.
I could suck the chrome off that hitch.
Absolutely.
And actually, when the whole, All Stars 10 cast came in to page 6, they all talked about their celebrity crushes. And Orville Peck wasn't named at this moment. I'm shocked. But they mentioned a bunch of other great, sexy celebrities. Take a look. This is too fun.
I think my celebrity crush is not really a celebrity, but I'm gonna have to say Tina Burner.
My celebrity crush will always be John Stamos. I want that Greek yogurt all over my face. It aged well, honey.
I mean, I'm famously a twink hunter, so I would have to say Timothy Chalamet.
I am manifesting is he single? Honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Theo James, what's going on, baby? I love you.
Henry Cavill, Michael B. Jordan, and Vincent Boone. Just all over the place. Ricky Martin. I love Ricky Martin. He's Latino like me, Puerto Rican. He also DM'd me once and I was,
My celebrity crush used to be The Rock. The ego is out of control. Let's calm it down, baby. So now I'm gonna have to give it to Jason Momoa. I'm gonna have to. He's sweet, he's got a beard. He looks dirty, but I know he doesn't smell dirty or taste dirty.
I kind of like chunky boys with like long hair and like beards. So Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows is actually one of my absolute longtime favorite men on TV.
My celebrity crush is Donald Glover. No shade. He could get it every day. He could get it yesterday. He could get it tomorrow. If my boyfriend sees this, I think he'll be okay because if he looks in the mirror, he kind of looks like Donald Glover, but just 6'6". Because I know that's my only thing with Donald Glover. He's like 5'9". It's not hitting the point, but it's hitting the point enough.
Okay, my celebrity crush for men is Pete Davidson. I think he was so hot before the tattoo removal. Bitch, get the tattoos back. What is wrong with you? You are 10 times less hot, girl. But you know what? I can do a stick and poker too. So come my way, I'll do it for free.
So we make it to the main stage for our challenge, and we start off with the Mud Flappers, consisting of Ginger, Daya, and Cynthia. What were your thoughts with these girls?
I thought this was great. I mean, impeccable. And of course, Ginger killed it. She was sort of sexy. I've never seen a sexy Ginger Minge.
No.
But she was showing a little skin and was kind of vamping it up. I loved it.
Yeah. And I thought Daya was really good. I loved her choreography. Her lyrics were also strong. She's consistently showing that she is someone to really keep an eye on. And then Cynthia was just having fun. Cynthia's
She has
shaking
a good voice, though.
Yeah, no. And, she was praised by the judges on, she really had kind of a voice for singing, which didn't really clock that.
Who knew?
Yeah. And then we had our Whiskey Chicks, which I adored this group. It was Acid, it was Denali, and it was Alyssa. I thought that Acid did really good. I thought, she kicked it off. She was really powerful. She had a great characterization to her.
Marge was large and in charge, and she's giving it to you free of charge.
Yes, no.
I love the storyline. I could picture Marge at the truck stop.
Yes, no, it was so good. Like I said, I think that's really great when you're able to bring such a well-defined character to the challenge. So I really loved Acid's moment. Denali was just no notes. I mean, everything from the lyrics, the choreography, the outfit even, which and you said you may have been a little confused on.
Yeah, I was trying to I'm a country fan. I was trying to figure out what's the reference with the poodle, the purple and blue poodle look.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, she sort of looks like a little Gwen Stefani in her country era, less than the Carrie Underwoods or the, Faith Hills or whoever else, Taylor Swift even.
Yeah.
I was looking for a little bit more fringe or rhinestone, but maybe that's
she just looks so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even care. I didn't really care. And then last but not least, we had Alyssa Hunter, who was giving a little Kermit the Frog, or as Acid like to call it, Hermit the Toad, maybe?
Hello, bitches. How do you all? Spur Weekend has arrived. Yeehaw!
I think she was trying to do a country southern voice, and it kind coming up like this, like
Yeah.
yeehaw.
Yeah.
And it was so goofy, but she also, I thought, did great. Like, you know, with the choreography, she's sliding down on her knees and, you know, miming double fellatio. We can't complain.
No, I think this is like ironically or unironically going to become a verse that's going to like go down in like Drag Race history as just being so campy and so funny.
Hello, bitches. How do you want? It's Puerto Rican hustle, right?
I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really fun.
Earlier in the episode, someone described Alyssa as a Muppet, and I never thought of it before. And then, of course, the Kermit the Frog reference, and she is just sort of a goofball. I like this little goofy era for her.
She's so precious. And then we made it to the main stage. Category is Night of 1,000 Mileys. I love when we do these Night of 1,000 categories, any ode to celebrities. And Miley Cyrus is absolutely having her moment right now and has so many iconic looks in her repertoire. I want to know, before we get to the girls, what would you have done for a Miley look?
I mean, maybe it's basic, but I think I would have done Wrecking Ball and found a way to do, first of all, such a simple look that you can then really expand into a drag. But I think I'd found a way to make the sledgehammer and the Wrecking Ball like cartoonishly large.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I love her Can't Be Tamed music video. I think about those wings so often, and it almost reminded me of like Courtney Act back in season 6 when she had those big blue wings that she revealed on the main stage. Like, I wanted something big, dramatic. And I think, you know, I was a little disappointed in the looks that came down the runway.
Miley has so many looks, and some of them have gotten lost in like the pop culture history of it all.
And I think some girls are scared to do like really iconic looks with a lot of these like, you know, celebrity ode challenges. But then you get them doing like, oh, I'm Miley Cyrus from the 2014 BET Awards. And it's like, no one knows. Like, what are you talking? Like, just do Wrecking Ball. No one did Hannah Montana.
That's
like,
crazy.
Why? You know?
You could have even done like a half and half look.
Yes, like when Ginger did her, was that Ginger when she did the split man and woman look in one of her seasons?
Been so iconic.
Yeah, something like that. Or even like Pack 2 looks. If you saw someone who's doing Hannah in the workroom, be like, oh shit, okay, I'll go to the next one. But, you know, I digress.
Denali took the bait and did the VMAs look, you know, with the Robin Thicke performance that kind of gave us Miley 2.0, like relaunched her career.
Yes.
And that look was impeccable.
It was the only one I liked, actually. Like, I think it was really good. It was so, like, canonically correct, and, like, she just looked so great. I loved the bear. I thought, like you said, it dragged it up. Like, it was Miley, but it was still a little level beyond, which was cool.
You know, I personally thought Diabetti looked gorgeous.
It grew on me.
Maybe it wasn't a drag look. But it was like very accurate.
Yes.
And we haven't seen Dia just look just drop dead gorgeous, like Bosco level, just hot.
Yes.
And to me, Dia's was my favorite for that reason.
It did. Like you said, I think it's a good balance between paying homage to Miley and still being true to Dia. Whereas I think that's what I had an issue with Acid's look, where it was too acid. It wasn't enough Miley. Like, the hair wasn't correct. She like made the dress twice as long as it actually was. Whereas like Dia was still, she found a look that fits her vibe and, you know, elevated it slightly, but it still had that Dia stamp to it, which I thought was good.
To pull off a Met Gala look on the Drag Race stage is impressive.
Yeah. And then Ginger's, I absolutely hated this. Like, the holes gave me like tryptophobia. Like, I absolutely despised it. There was like these weird studs. Like, she said in Untucked that she was like, well, I could have gone like funny and campy, but I wanted to give fashion. Mama, is the fashion in the room with us? It was it was heinous. The wig was horrible.
It was very, you know, Viva Las Vegas. It was
so
bad.
bad.
It wasn't doing her any favors. The color was bad for TV.
Yeah, it was all just gross. But so then we get our top two, which ended up being Denali, love, absolutely should be up there, and Ginger Minge. This should have been Dia. This should have been Dia and Denali. Once I heard, and Ginger was also surprised when she like got the top two call.
She's like, okay.
I'm literally like, okay. And it was at this point in the episode where I was starting to get suspicious.
Yeah,
I was starting to
see some favoritism is being thrown to Ginger. I mean, this is her fourth time around. They obviously want her to go on to the next bracket,
and she probably will. She
doesn't need these extra handouts.
No, she'll be fine. But so yes, we get to the lip sync, and it is Ginger against Denali. See You Again. Great song. This is where they picked it up. Great Miley selection. And I'm mad. I'm mad at this damn lip sync.
This edit was dirty.
It was filthy. It was filthy. Denali needs to file like a cease and desist or something, a libel claim. It was kind of unfair, you know. So Ginger ends up winning the lip sync, and she's also kind of surprised by this. But, you know, if you look back at the cut, you know, there's a moment where Denali kind of does a little crude, you know, moment bending over, and there's a shot of RuPaul like, I don't like this. And I'm like, wait. Suddenly we have morals. Suddenly we have like, you know, standards that we're abiding to on the show.
Yeah, this isn't church. This is Drag Race All-Stars.
It's see you again. I want sex. I want flips. I want trickery. I want it all.
Denali was robbed.
Literally, we had Defying Gravity last week. I saw a ballad. I saw what I needed to. I am waiting for a lip sync where someone is flipping, twirling, giving everything. And Denali did. It was amazing.
How many splits did she give us? At least 3.
That stutter split she did at the end, every beat was hit. The hand choreography, I could give a SAT essay on this, how she was absolutely robbed. And she was mad. You could tell when Ginger won, Ginger was surprised again, and Denali was mad.
Do you think this is going to give us a Denali supervillain storyline? Like, she's now going to try to get revenge on the show? I mean, I think the bottom queens next week, someone should throw their point to Denali.
Yes, but I'm scared because Acid was talking early in the episode about how like they need to pile up their points on one of the girls who have 1 point.
That's
you know,
strategy.
So that yes, good. So we're not just giving everyone, you know, level playing fields, but when you have a robbery that happens like that on the stage, okay, now it's time to throw some bones to the people in the top.
And can I say, I also thought Denali was robbed last week too.
Yeah.
You know, in the Wicked Challenge, I thought she looked fantastic, and I thought she was the perfect Glinda and didn't win.
Yeah.
That felt...
So that leaves the points with Ginger at 6. Holy moly. Denali with 3. She's still second. Daya with 2. And then Cynthia, Acid, and Alyssa with 1. I mean, yes, Denali still has like a fighting chance. I'm scared. I'm scared. Like she deserves to go on, and she's performed consistently well these past 2 episodes. We have another acting challenge next week, the Golden Bitchler, which
the funniest yet.
I mean, great. I'm really hoping she can turn it out because we've got some strong actors in this bracket. So we shall see.
We shall see. You know, I'm hoping the drama is also ratcheted up a little bit because, you know, we're still in the shadow of bracket 2, and bracket 3 needs to bring some of the drama, and maybe Acid Betty will be there for us.
Well,
start some shit.
Let's see. We're going to tune in. Y'all should too. We'll see you next week here on Workroom Weekly.
Thank you for watching, y'all. Tune in to All Stars on Paramount Plus.